All right. I think the meeting is being live streamed. We'll just confirm in a few seconds as well. But welcome everyone, whoever is joining us on this live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Um, this is our weekly webinar that we do around the Career Mentors Training Program, or CMTP certification, which is offered jointly by SN Mentoring Consultancy Services and Map My Career Private Limited. Now, my name is Saurabh Nanda, and I'm the founder of SN Mentoring. The SN in SN Mentoring stands for Saurabh Nanda, and Map My Career is founded and run by Dr. Itishree, who is India's preeminent psychometrician, the pioneer who brought the API Aptitude Personality Interest model to India under the supervision of her mentor, Professor Vimla Veeraraghavan. Today's webinar, we are going to focus on the opportunities which are available post CMTP. In the previous webinars on this channel, if you get time to explore, please explore them. We have discussed multiple topics. We have discussed what are the skills required for a career counselor, what is CMTP, why do we need so many counselors, what are the various nuances around the program, how does this program help you, and so on. And every week we intend to touch upon a particular topic which will help you understand this entire landscape, the career counseling landscape, better. At the same time, try to help you make up a decision if you would like to upskill yourself, and what are the various opportunities to upskill yourself through CMTP or in general through our YouTube channel. We are planning to include a few more series of topics on this channel in the future as well. I hope you subscribe to this channel and share it with those who also might benefit from these kind of discussions. If you think you have a particular topic that we should definitely touch upon, definitely discuss, please feel free to reach out to us and let us know. We will put more details about how to reach out to us. We'll put the interest form and everything in the description of the video as well. All right, so let's start today's discussion. Today it's just me. Dr. Itishree was occupied elsewhere. And what we're going to talk about today is, as I said earlier, the opportunities present or the opportunities possible after the CMTP certification. Now, in order to understand this, we will kind of have to summarize a little bit about what CMTP is and what the career counseling landscape looks like in India and the world today. First of all, CMTP is a certification which is a very unique certification because it shows you the standardized approach towards psychometric assessments, the API model. We tell you how to interpret the report. We tell you how to understand career mapping. Then at the same time, we've always maintained that career counseling is basically, composed of two major areas. The first area is, the assessment part, which is done through a standardized assessment. But the second part is counseling, the explanation or the interpretation of the report. Now, once I figured that this is a very important area, we started doing a lot of research around it. I took up all the case studies that I had done over the last several years, thousands of students, and then we came up with some copyrighted models, which are copyrighted with the government of India, and you get to learn through those copyrighted models now. It's a very structured approach towards counseling and how to take it forward. So there is the assessment part, there is the counseling part. That is what we explain in CMTP. On top of that, there are other experts who will also allow you to understand what kind of counselor you are, what are the various value systems a counselor should have, NLP techniques, how to manage mental health challenges and questions of our students and clients, and then how to create a business ecosystem, how to create a learner ecosystem, how to create an ecosystem which can benefit your client, your student in the best possible way. Because if the student is coming to you, they're trusting you, right? And they would like to have guidance from you. But of course, one person cannot provide all the guidance available in the world. If somebody claims to do that, either they are superhuman beings or they're lying. So we will help you connect with a lot of other people in the industry. We will help you create very unique services which can provide a lot of value to the learners or the clients that you have. That is what CMTP is. It's a 3-month program, around 35, 36 hours of learning throughout that, and a lot of community support. We're also providing you tech support. An LMS dashboard will be provided to you. We're also giving you 5 psychometric assessments to carry out. You can use them. One of them will be used for you, and the other 4 will be used can be used by you for your clients, just to test out, what kind of challenges that you face during the interpretation and so on. Post the program, you have 6 months of support available from us. If you get stuck somewhere, if there is a client query that you're not able to answer, all those things, we will be continuously supporting you for 6 months. We'll provide you FAQ banks and latest resources, trends happening in the industry to keep you updated. So that is CMTP. Now, the other part is the career counseling landscape. Now, in 2018, a company actually did some interesting calculations, and they came up with the fact that if a career counselor is supposed to counsel 200 students per year, based on that calculation, we need around 14 lakh, 15 lakh career counselors in India. That is 1.5 million career counselors in India. Now, it's a decent calculation. It's a decent estimate, I would say. We need lakhs of counselors. Why? Because the number might be 200, the number might be 20, the number might be 500. But the fact is, there is a huge problem of lack of guidance in the country, which is probably one of the most understated social problems as well. And because of that, a lot of wrong career decisions are made. People end up in the wrong jobs, wrong professions. See, you're spending 80,000 hours in your career, 8 hours a day, 40, 50 hours a week you're spending in your career. If that major part is not something that is good for you, you are going to be unhappy. It is going to affect your mental health. It is going to affect your life with others and so on. We recently wrote a research paper also on how career counseling can actually reduce student suicides. And we all know that student suicides is a big epidemic in India. Students from the top institutes, IITs, NITs, AIMS, NLUs, Delhi University, students commit suicide from all of these top universities and others because of various factors. Career, education, and future being one of the major one. So career counseling guidance is not a very simple, straightforward thing. It's a complicated, multifaceted, multi-layered, I would say, service that you need to provide. And you should be educated for it. You should be trained on it. Psychology does form a big base around it. At the same time, your experience in education forms another very big base or foundation for it. So once you've now understood what CMTP is, what the career counseling landscape is, let me tell you what the government is doing about it. The government has, I think, since the early 2010s, has been doing a lot of interventions, has been providing a lot of directives and schemes and policy, I would say, structures, wherein schools can now encourage having counselors in their campuses. So it started off with wellness counselors, so behavioral guidance, therapy and all that. But now career counseling is part of it. Unfortunately, we don't have enough trained counselors in the country. Usually, psychology teachers are asked to become counselors. If a school does hire a separate counselor, the counselor has so many things to do, manage students from right from the primary section to the senior secondary section. And they don't have the bandwidth to cater to everyone with the same kind of efficiency and productivity that you would expect. So we need more manpower, we need more tools, we need more processes in order to help the existing counselors and in order to build counselors for the future. Our population is growing. Yes, it is. We do have that non-replicable fertility rate. That means our population is on a declining, streak. but we are the youngest population in the world. That means we have to cater to more young people than any other country on the planet. And this will continue to be there for the at least next 2, 3 decades. That means we need a lot of counselors. We need a lot of mentors. So that is the scope. That is how big the market is. The other day, I was having a conversation with another a colleague of mine or a peer in the education industry, and we were just discussing there are maybe 1 crore schools in India, and every school needs a counselor. So there are 1 crore jobs as counselors available, and it is being mandated by the government. I've talked about it before also. There are 7,000 plus career counselor jobs available in the country. They're supposed to be hired in this financial year. So, there are 1 crore jobs possibly available in the country today if you have upskilled yourself. Then there are equal number of higher education institutions. There are equal number of NGOs, not equal, but a lot of NGOs who need counselors. And then we also need counselors in very niche, specific, intense situations or workplaces like rehabilitation centers and so on and so forth to help our youth be better. So, career counseling is but a small part of it, but a very valuable part of it. Why is that? Because we know mental health challenges are huge. In fact, according to some estimates, around 48 to 49% of the population in India is going through some kind of mental wellness problem. That is the number. That is what 70 crore people are going through something or the other when it comes to their mental health. That means they will seek out mental health help or in one way or the other. In fact, number of clients who come to us, around 27% of them we send for some kind of mental health checkup or therapy and so on and so forth, because they think that their problems are related to career. Some of them are, but most of their problems are actually not related to career. It's something else that is bothering them, so we help them understand that. That is where career counseling becomes more important as compared to other guidance, because it's an entryway for a lot of people. They don't feel the taboo, they don't feel the discrimination while seeking career guidance, because it is accepted nowadays in India a lot more than it was, let's say, 15 years ago. And through that, they are trying to also understand, assess, and probably work on their mental health status. So that is the other part. The third reason is, see, the world is going more and more towards AI and automation. It is inevitable. Why? Because human civilization has always worked towards advancement. And these are the next advancements that are coming. We do not need to worry about it in the sense that they are not existentially threatening to us. Many analogies have been made by a lot of people. Like when the steam engine came, people thought, "Oh my God, now people will lose jobs who use horses and everything." Yes, they did lose their jobs, but they got many more jobs. Similarly, AI and automation will create more jobs, but then the situation which was there 400, 500 years ago is not the same today. We have a lot more people, and our requirements of leading a good quality of life is much higher as compared to the 1700s and the 1600s. So I won't say it is the same exact situation, but the situation is there. Now, since we have more human beings, and since machines are doing most of our work, that means what we can do is we can dedicate our time to make sure that our next generations are healthier, wiser, much better, so that they can take the advancement of our civilization to the next level. If we nurture really smart young people, they will solve almost every problem we are facing today. In the past, we didn't have that time or energy because we were working. Now machines are doing that work. In my optimistic, ridiculous entrepreneurial estimate, by 2040, around 50% of the world's population will be involved in some kind of mentorship or the other. You can be a career mentor, mental health mentor, nutritionist, physical health mentor. You can be a financial literacy mentor. You can be a social media mentor. You can be a branding expert, whoever it is. And already these services are available, and people who can afford them, they are taking them. Imagine every person on the planet being your client. So that is how big the mentorship market or the career counseling or counseling landscape is. And we at SN Mentoring, we cater to people between the ages of 10 to 40. But we've not even started working on people, who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, who are not yet ready to retire, and their expertise can be used in various places. They just don't know how. We've not even started working on those people who are not looking for jobs but are highly qualified, and they can add a lot of productive value to the economy, to the industry, but they don't know how to get into the market. There is no space for them. There is so much to do in this landscape, but your foundation needs to be really, really strong. A lot of people ask us again and again, before we launch CMTP, where can I learn this? Where can I learn career counseling? And I always told them, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you because I never took any certification. I learned from a mentor directly, working with her, following her instructions, doing what she asked me to do, traveling with her, going to different schools, interpreting reports, finishing my master's in psychology, and then doing a lot of practice on my own, spending a decade into this. So I think doing a small certification of a few months, some certifications are even just for a few hours actually. You think doing a small certification will equip you? No, it will not. Can it start your career? Maybe it can. Which direction? I don't know because I have not experienced any of those other certifications. What I know is that we can train you in the same way that I got trained, that Dr. Itishree got trained by working under Professor Vimala Veeraraghavan, by doing the hard things. All right. Any career, any experienced, successful professional worth his salt has spent years into it. So if you are somebody who can understand what I'm trying to tell you about the future, about the possibilities in the future, and if you see yourself growing in that direction, or if you're already an experienced educator and you're already working with people, young people, but you want scientific tools to make your counseling more impactful, more effective, then do join CMTP. As I said, there's a reason why we are again and again talking about community support, because we intend to be with you not only for these 3 months plus 6 months, we intend to be with you for years so that we learn together. And in order to make that even more effective and even more productive for all of you, we are getting global partners for this certification. We are talking to governments, we are talking to accreditators, we are talking to colleges, we are talking to schools, so that the certification can be made easily available to you in various formats, not only online, but in various formats. But online is going to be the primary format, because if we have to reach every counselor, even in the remotest of areas, this is the only way to do that. The most cost effective, the most effective way of doing it. But we are going to add more and more into this. As I said, be part of the community and you will learn more. You will keep having opportunities. I'm very proud to say that we started our first cohort almost 2 weeks ago, and since then we've already kind of exposed some 8 to 10 jobs to the existing learners, and I'm happy to say some of them have actually applied for those jobs as well. Now, how do jobs work in today's recessionary trends? India is growing very well. The overall economy is growing, but the jobs are not growing. In fact, jobs are decreasing. If you look at the trends of IT, if you look at the job offers being made at IITs and IIMs, you will know what I'm talking about. This is not a secret anymore. It's it's not a doomsday message that I'm giving you. This is exactly what's happening right now. And when you talk to people who have come back from abroad, US, UK, Europe, Australia, etc., they will tell you that the job market is really bad over there, right? This is true. The globe is undergoing recession because of multiple reasons. So, in a global recessionary environment, finding jobs becomes very, very difficult. However, jobs do exist because even though it's a recession, but the economy is still growing. That means there is demand for good quality people. But how do you define good quality people? You define good quality by adding more skills to your resume. So a lot of the jobs in the world, they are being internally filled by people who the recruiters can trust rather than openly putting them on job boards and everything. The jobs which are being put on job portals or LinkedIn or notice board for jobs or whatever are those profiles which the recruiters have not been able to fill internally. And still, a lot of those jobs exist. So I'm proud to say we shared around 7 to 10 jobs. And guess what kind of jobs they were? They were all jobs related to facilitation, mentorship, counseling. And we will continue to offer more such opportunities with all our learners. So yes, there will be internal opportunities that we will offer. Secondly, so there will be opportunities which we offer to you internally, which we might not offer to other people outside of CMTP. Then the other thing is, as I said, we have been working, quite hard at this, and we are getting more and more projects wherein some kind of mentorship is involved for young people. And there's a big possibility that we will, recruit a lot of counselors for SN mentoring and Map My Career operations. Yes, the jobs might be contractual in nature, or they might be full time or part time. That will depend on the project and the work assigned. But that is another thing that we're working towards. We're developing an entire department towards staffing. So yes, there will be jobs from outside SN mentoring. There will be work available within SN mentoring and associated organizations. And thirdly, and more importantly, I would say, we want you to start setting up your own thing. There's a reason for it. If you come from a particular city, particular region, you understand the cultural sensitivities of that region, you understand the language, you understand the people there, then you are the best person to cater to the needs of that particular region. You want the scientific backup, we will provide that. You want the technological backup, we will provide that. You want the technical knowledge backup, we will provide that for you. And nobody needs to know about it. It will look like your exercise. We are your support system. After COVID, my own life's, I would say ambitions or priorities have taken a huge change, and my work today is less for monetary growth or becoming a huge corporation, but more towards creating impact, more towards collaboration. We do not have a lot of time available. The reason for that is because of climate change and so on. The priorities will shift very quickly, and we need to nurture our youth earlier, and that can only be done through collaborations. So let's collaborate. We will support you from the back end in order to set up a very good practice which can cater to the people in your region, in your society, in your community. Since COVID, many people who have asked me about, the direction of our business, where we are going. Well, I like this example a lot because I like cars a lot. So, and I hope the statistic is still true. Honda is not the world's largest car maker. The company Honda, a very beloved brand in India as well, is not the world's largest car maker, but it is the largest engine maker in the world. So if given the opportunity, if the universe wants, if there is support from all of you, then we probably can become the largest engine out of which many, many successful car models and vehicles can be, run on the road. And I hope you get the analogy that we are here to support you. We will provide you the best quality engine to take your practice to the next level. So those are the major three areas, guys. There will be opportunities that we will provide to you from organizations externally, from the government. Then there will be opportunities offered internally from SN Mentoring and Map My Career. And thirdly, there will be opportunities that we would like you to explore on your own, set up your own service. So these are the major three areas that we are working towards, so that post CMTP you can explore this. There's a fourth category also. A lot of our learners in the first cohort, they already come from very set up or well settled education institutions. A lot of our learners, they're coming from test prep, they're coming from study abroad companies, they're coming from education services, they're coming from universities, schools. So they are already in a very settled environment. What this will do is, this certification will take your understanding of career counseling to the next level. Maybe you will be able to expand your own counseling departments within your organizations, which will eventually help your sales, your services, your operations, which will make them much better. So that is a fourth category, of course, wherein you grow your existing organization, existing department, and take it to the next level. Right. So far, any questions around the opportunities after CMTP? My team members have joined the conversation. You might not be able to view them on YouTube right now, but they're here. So, guys, if you have a question, please put it in the chat. Okay, great. Now, okay, so, all right, there's a question. How can school teachers benefit from CMTP? Yes, so that's a very good question. And I think this is one question that I've addressed in multiple ways on multiple forums, including some of the webinars previously also. There was this meeting which I was a part of in February. It was with a bunch of senior bureaucrats in one of the ministries in the government of India. And they asked me, what should we do for our children? We want to do something very good for our children. What should we do? And I told them, taking a session, doing a psychometric assessment, doing one odd counseling session for the students, workshop, etc., is not going to do anything. And then they asked, okay, so then what else can we do? I said, you need to change things in a systematic way. You need to create impact where the impact can actually be, distributed further. The effectiveness can be taken further, which means, yes, you do provide guidance to students, but you also empower the teachers. Because when the student gets their first doubt, who do you think is the first person or one of the first few people they approach for getting an answer? They approach their teachers. Of course, they approach other people as well, their family members and so on, or some senior or some cousin or whatever. But teachers are one of the first few people that they approach for answers. Now, in today's scenario, and this is from a research that I submitted as part of my master's in clinical psychology way back in 2014, 2015, we found out that the burnout rate in government schools in Delhi area was around 47-48%. That means half of the teachers were already so burdened with work that they were on the verge of burnout, which means they cannot take more work on themselves. They do not have time or the bandwidth to upskill themselves. So when a young student comes to a teacher who's already burdened with exams and all the administrative work or whatever else it is, and the young student asks a question like, how can I use AI to improve myself? And then we expect our teacher to know the answer to that. How is it possible? It's not possible. So teachers are one of those professionals who are most critical to the development of the next generation, but there are not enough upskilling opportunities for them in order to answer questions, inspire students, and increase the overall quality of our education system. So if there are school teachers who can sign up for the CMTP program, who can ask for faculty development programs wherein CMTP can be plugged in, this will tell them a lot many things. They have all studied development psychology. They've all studied pedagogical techniques in while they were, pursuing their college education or bachelor's in education, master's in education. This will be a good revision for that. At the same time, this will be an application of all those concepts in a real life construct. So if you are a school teacher and you want to guide your students better, do take up the CMTP, because you are the first counselor that the student is going to reach out to. Second thing is, a lot of teachers who want to take their career to the next level, and they've hit a glass ceiling in the school ecosystem that they're not able to grow beyond that. But they want to do more. They have the energy and the bandwidth to do more. And then becoming a career mentor is an excellent thing to do. Usually nowadays, most teachers, when they want to expand their career horizons, they end up taking tuitions. They end up offering a lot of tutoring classes to their students. They earn decent money from it, but they can, if some teachers don't want to do that and they want to add value on top of it, this is the right professional certification for that. Third thing is, a lot of teachers have approached us for career counseling for their own career graphs. And because when they became teachers, they didn't realize that they will hit a career glass ceiling very soon. So a lot of them want to move abroad as well. In fact, India provides a lot of school teachers to the entire world, be it in the Middle East, Europe, US, you name it. India provides a lot of teachers to the world, including English teachers to programs in Japan. So a lot of a lot of Indian teachers move abroad. This certification in a couple of months will be certified by a UK regulator, hopefully, if all things go right. That UK regulation and that UK accreditation will allow you to use this certification as a valid qualification to take a job in the capacity of a career counselor anywhere in the world. So these are the three areas how school teachers can benefit from CMTP. I hope this added value. You found the answer. If you have more questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Okay, any other questions, guys? I'm just going to look at the YouTube channel as well. Let me see if there are some audience questions there. All right. Not so far. Great. Well, thank you so much for tuning in this week to know more about CMTP and how it can affect, how it can add value to your life. I hope to see you in one of the future cohorts. Really looking forward to working with you and creating an ecosystem which will make India career mentorship ready by 2030. Join me in the movement. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend and wish you all a very auspicious Gandhi Jayanti, October 2nd, the national holiday in India. Namaste.